It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from Seattle. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 20.
The ball carrier. He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Penny, and that's good.
11 yards there, first down. Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and what also helps is unselfishness, because he's not a quarterback who's going to take it every time and pull it from the running back and keep it. He will hand it inside when the reads are correct.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And that's good for another Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
At the 25-yard
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Mariota. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They go play action. Mariota. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
Rams, first down.
Play fake. Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Throwing, Mariota. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
The tackle made just
well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Philip Dorsett, 51 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Rams 0.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be caught by Kupp. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Complete.
I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First down, Los Angeles.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. Oh, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Well, going for Jefferson downfield.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They begin with a run by Penny. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The line of scrimmage.
It's a 2nd and 11 from the 19. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, Mariota. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. That one broken up by David Long on the defensive end.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They'll get that complete to Parkinson. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Samson Ebukam in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 49-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Play action now. Mariota. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
2nd and 6. At the
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Mariota to throw it. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. 3rd and long here for Mariota. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Here's Hill on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Leaves it for Penny. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. He'll return it from the 6. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Now Mariota. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 13.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mariota. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The extra point now coming from Myers. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Taken down at the
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Going to take a shot for Gallup. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way down to the 5.
Michael Gallup.
A big play there for L.A. 51 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Michael Gallup.
Michael Gallup there to make the grab. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
1-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar.
You circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. at their 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Wilson. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And going deep for Hill. This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 47 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Seahawks 24, Rams 7. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bouncing.
And my goodness, another interception. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 42-yard line.
From the gun, Wilson dumps that off to Petty, his running back. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Petty, the first down carry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Wilson. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Wilson leaves this one with Petty. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
He's going to... Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 25-yard line.
Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. First down, Mariota. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A huge play that time for the Rams. 44 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 16, Mariota. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Complete.
A 16-yard touchdown. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They go play action now. Wilson. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Well, Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. You ain't going nowhere.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Wilson.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
20.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and forever. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by David Long. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Intercepted.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
57 a month. 57 a month.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Darrell Taylor, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And now here is another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
39-yard line.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Matt Prater lining up for the point.
Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Give the tackle to Terrell Lewis.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll break the huddle. Come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action. It's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Isaac Nauta. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Rashad Penny.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Wilson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And the pressure gets to him again. A'Shawn Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
A loss of 7. It's 4th down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now in desperation, it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, 64 yards. And the Rams have taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, and now it's third down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mariota. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On play action, Mariota. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
At the 38-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Here's the kickoff for Seattle.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
Yeah, it's been loud in here so far. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, Mariota. Looking sideline, incomplete. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
Play fake. Mariota. Going up top for Kupp. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure of the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to bring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defender.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will score. Touchdown, LA.
Los Angeles. In overtime. Today's final.
Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on,